hip up!
Both nights of the WWE Draft is over, folks, and I have some thoughts. The way these two rosters have shaped up has been interesting, to say the least. So what are we looking at here? Raw got Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Liv Morgan, Ricochet, Sheamus, Alpha Academy, Kiana James, The Unholy Union, Ivar, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Imperium, Damage Control, CM Punk, Braun Breaker, LWO, Drew McIntyre, The Judgment Day, Ilya Dragunov, The New Day, Lyra Valkyria, The Final Testament, Bronson Reed, Diamond Mine, Dijak, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, Natalya, New Catch Republic, and the MVP Odyssey Jones.
Huh?
SmackDown got Bianca Belair, Carmelo Hayes, Randy Orton, Nia Jax, L.A. Knight, yeah, The Bloodline, AJ Styles, Andrade, Cedric Alexander and Ashante the Adonis, Baron Corbin, The OC, Jade Cargill, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford, and BFAB, Tiffany Stratton, Legado del Fantasma, Shinsuke Nakamura, Naomi, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, Pretty Deadly, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, DIY, Blair Davenport, Apollo Crews, Giovanni Vinci, and Tegan Knox. So what exactly stands out here, first of all? Well, I think Monday Night Raw has the stronger singles division for the men. We're more likely to get bangers from Raw, and that makes sense because Raw has the third hour, so the matches are longer. So you have Ilya, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Dijak, Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, Sheamus, Ivar. You got people who can really go in the ring, so we're going to have longer matches over there. So because you're going to have longer matches, you need people who can go. So Raw is really where the wrestlers go. So if you're a fan of great wrestling, Raw is where it's at. SmackDown is going to have your Roman Reigns and your Bloodline storyline. So it's going to be more story-based on SmackDown, I think. Less time to work in the ring, etc. Right? I love the NXT talent that was called up. All of them are good wrestlers. All of them can go. Ilya and Carmelo Hayes and Blair Davenport, I'm very happy for them, especially Blair Davenport. She's been ready for a while now. I'm happy for Kiana James too. Can't forget about her. She's great. So kudos to all of them for getting called up. So let's look at the women's tag team division. It looks pretty balanced across both shows. So when Jade and Bianca win the tag team titles, they'll actually have stuff to do on both shows. You have Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae, and I think we're going to get Nia Jax and Tiffany as a tag team eventually. They've been doing a lot of TikToks online, and I'm sure management has picked up on it, and they'll be a tag team in the future. I would not be surprised if Nia Jax and Tiffany are the tag team that takes the belts off Bianca and Jade eventually. So you have 3 on SmackDown, and on Raw you have the Kabuki Warriors, the Unholy Union, and you have Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. So there's 3 tag teams on both shows, so Bianca and Jade will have stuff to do. Speaking of Bianca and Jade, they're both on the same brand, SmackDown. Now this was surprising to me. I thought they'd put Jade Cargill on Raw. Now I'm sure some of you are saying, Will, of course they were going to be on SmackDown. They're going to be tag team champions. Once again, that did not matter, okay? Their tag team match at Backlash takes place before the draft results go into effect. So as long as they won the belts at Backlash, it did not matter. They could be drafted to different brands and still be tag team champions together, okay? That did not matter. But anyway, it turns out they were all drafted to the same brand, including Naomi, which means the big 3 are all on SmackDown and they're all babyface. What does that tell me? That tells me that one of them will turn heel. Most people think it'll be Jade. Some people say Bianca. I think the more compelling turn would be Naomi, and it would probably make the most sense. Right now, Bianca and Jade were drafted in the first round. They're riding high. They're gonna be tag team champions. Where does that leave Naomi? What if she gets jealous, you know? Naomi turning heel could be really compelling, you know, but we'll see what happens. It'll probably be Jade, but I think Naomi would be the most interesting. When it comes to the Cody Rhodes story, we're just waiting for him to get involved with the Bloodline, which would bring back Roman Reigns, right? I think. But if you look at the roster, there's a lot of baby faces, right? LA Knight, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. Somebody's got to turn heel, right? Maybe it's Randy. Maybe we get babyface Cody against heel Randy Orton eventually. Right now, I'm not seeing a lot of heel contenders for Cody, but maybe that's just me. Do we want to see a heel Randy Orton? Or maybe just a babyface versus babyface matchup between Cody and Randy? That'll work. But yeah, I'm seeing a lack of heels on SmackDown. The LWO and Legado got split up, thank God. Those groups get something fresh and new now, which I appreciate. The SmackDown women's division has more heavy hitters: Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, Piper Niven, Nia Jax. It'll be interesting to see what feuds develop over there. With Raquel out, Rhea Ripley has by far the most dominant presence on Raw. Everyone else seems kind of small compared to her. Nobody can match up physically with Rhea on Raw, it looks like. All the bigger girls are on SmackDown. Hopefully Raquel returns soon. I'm sure she'll be on Raw. Tiffany Stratton has talked about how being on different shows from Ludwig Kaiser has been difficult on their relationship. So I thought the WWE were going to put them together, put Ludwig Kaiser and Tiffany Stratton on the same show, but apparently that only applies to married couples. So because they're not married yet, that whole keep married couples together thing doesn't apply. So Tiffany will be on SmackDown and Ludwig Kaiser will stay on Raw. Bianca Belair was the #1 overall pick on SmackDown. Gunther was the #1 overall pick on Raw. Triple H holds them both in very high regard. Damage Control and Bianca Belair are on different shows, which is awesome, but Damage Control is also away from Bayley, which is kind of surprising. Okay folks, in closing I'll say the SmackDown women's division is stronger than the Raw women's division, and the Raw men's division is stronger than the SmackDown men's division. But that's just me. What are your thoughts, guys? How do you feel about the draft? Do you like how things shaked out? Did it make sense? Let me know. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.
Kip up!